Okay, manifest destiny. Number 1, the historical era of manifest destiny is best characterized by civil war, social reform, expansion overseas, westward movement. Number 2, during which time period did most territorial expansion of the United States take place? Early 1700s, late 1700s, early 1800s, early 1900s. Number 3, in what year did the United States purchase the Louisiana Territory? 1789, 1803, 1812, 1861. Number 4, how did the Northwest Ordinance of 1787 provide for the orderly expansion of the United States? It provided a review process for laws in new territories and states. It provided procedures for establishing territories and creating states. It provided policies for acquiring territory from American Indian tribes. It provided the president with the power to sign treaties with foreign powers to buy additional territory. Number 5. Which of these is required of a U.S. territory in order for it to become a U.S. state? Election of a state governor, a population of 60,000 people, an established form of currency, appointment of the first postmaster. Number 6. Away with all these cobweb issues of rights, of discovery, exploration, settlement, continuity, etc. Our claim to Oregon would still be best and strongest, and that claim is by the right of our manifest destiny to overspread and to possess the world, the whole of the continent, which Providence has given us for the development of the great experiment of liberty and federated self-government entrusted to us. John O'Sullivan, New York Morning News, December 1845. Based on the excerpt above, which purpose does O'Sullivan give for the expansion of the United States to Oregon? To maintain slavery, to spread democracy, to increase capitalism, to increase immigration. Number 7. How did many Americans act on their belief that the United States in the 19th century had a manifest destiny? Many settlers moved west to start a new life. Many farmers switched from food crops to cash crops. Many businesses expanded and added new employees. Many women demanded equality and the right to vote. Number 8. How does the artist demonstrate a belief in manifest destiny? So really look at that picture and everything that you notice. Women are shown leading pioneers to new lands. Farmers are shown plowing land and hunting animals. Pioneers are shown moving west, bringing new transportation and communication technologies. Our new technologies are shown being used to defeat American Indian tribes already living in the West. Okay, so number 9, Mexico recognizes Texas as part of the United States. The Rio Grande is made the border between Mexico and the United States. Mexico cedes territory that is now part of 7 present-day states. So thinking of that, which treaty established these terms of peace to end the war? Treaty of Paris, Adams, Onís Treaty, Treaty of Washington, Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. Number 10, how did President Polk's placement of soldiers along the Rio Grande contribute to the outbreak of war with Mexico? Generals of the U.S. Army desired a war to test new weapons. U.S. soldiers patrolled a disputed region that Mexico considered its own territory. The Mexican Army desired to show it was superior to the military strength of the United States. Texas residents encouraged U.S. soldiers to conduct cross-border raids against Mexican outposts. Now look at the U.S. territory acquisitions. And which territory was added to the United States as a result of the U.S.-Mexican War? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Number 12, which area is indicated as 5 in the map? Texas Territory, Indian Territory, Gadsden Purchase, disputed territory with France. Number 13, which modern-day states can be found in the Louisiana Purchase? New Mexico and Kansas, Kansas and Nebraska, Louisiana and New Mexico, Nebraska and Illinois. Number 14, where were most of the territory the United States acquired during the era of Manifest Destiny? Most acquisitions were west of the Mississippi River. Most acquisitions were in the southeastern portion of the United States. Most acquisitions were along the Canadian border with the United States. Most acquisitions were west of the Appalachian Mountains and east of the Mississippi River. Number 15, which similar political motivation led the United States to annex Texas and divide the Oregon Country? To provoke a border war with both Mexico and Spain, to limit the influence of Great Britain and other countries in North America, to acquire seaports with access to Asian shipping lanes, to balance the representation from slavery and free states. Number 16, a chief factor that contributed to Americans exploring and settling both the Oregon Country and Louisiana Territory was a system of navigable rivers, a rumor of lost treasure cities, a need to settle new immigrants, a demand for agricultural products. Number 17, one reason California achieved statehood earlier than other territories in the American Southwest was a population boom related to the California Gold Rush, a series of terrible winters across the Rocky Mountains, a transcontinental railroad linking the East with the West, a threat of raids along the border of New Mexico Territory. Number 18, a chief factor pulling many European immigrants to the United States during the 19th century was to acquire cheap land, was to obtain voting rights, to gain religious converts, to escape political persecution. Now, the estimated number of Irish immigrants from the United Kingdom to the United States between 1842 and 1855. So you can see the year, the number, and the percent of total UK immigration. So number 19, which factor is most likely responsible for the data trend in the table above? The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad, growing religious tensions with German Lutherans, an agricultural disease spreading across Irish farms, the crowning of Victoria, Queen of the United Kingdom. Number 20, early followers of the Mormon religion attempted to avoid persecution by migrating westward, by suing in federal court, by converting new immigrants, by conducting worship in secret.